June 2014, WagerTalk joined Twitter. August 2014, Prez loaded the first ever picks at WagerTalk. September 2014, Marco D'Angelo and Gianni the Greek filmed the first ever video for WagerTalk TV. Fast forward to today, and we now have over 58,000 Twitter followers, 110,000 subscribers on YouTube, and have become the premier brand in sports betting. So thank you. We truly appreciate everyone who has supported this amazing journey. And on Thursday, January 19th, at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, all daily picks packages that day will be priced at $11, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $35. And all one-day all access, normally priced at $39, will be cut in half and priced at only $19. No coupons will be needed. All handicappers at both WagerTalk and SportsMemo are included in Customer Appreciation Day. And discounts will go live at midnight, Wednesday, January 18th.
Happy Thursday, guys. It is stoppage time, and we are back for another episode previewing this weekend's upcoming European soccer games. I'm Nick Borman of WagerTalk.com. Carmine Bianco, our usual host of the show, is out. He is in Vegas riding a heater at the penny slots and could not get away, so we wish him the best of luck. He will be back again next week to drive this car. But for today, you guys got me, and along with me, of course, the Stoppage Time crew, which includes Kevin Dolan and Bryan Power, both of WagerTalk.com, and Pablos Lagaretos of SportsMemo.com, here to break down the action. We're going to be covering one Bundesliga game this weekend as the league finally returns, the last one to return after now almost 2 months, and then three Premier League games going over the weekend slate. So let's bring the guys in and welcome everybody to the show. Kevin, I want to go to you first. How are you? How's the week been going? We last talked, I guess, a couple days ago on Tuesday. What's new? What's exciting? And what do you have going on over at WagerTalk right now?
Yeah, all good, Nick. We came very close to hitting that Man United and under 3.5 prop we gave out in Tuesday's show. Palace hit a very late equaliser. But, even with that phenomenal run over in the EPL right now, especially, we've hit 16 over the last 23 sides. So, obviously, pretty happy with that. We got a 5% already preloaded over at WagerTalk for tomorrow as well in Europe. So excited about the weekend ahead and, breaking down a few of these games in today's show as well.
Excellent. That's a strong Premier League run on the sides there for sure. And 5% play, I'll get to that in a second after we welcome the other guys. We definitely have a good promo going on today only for everybody, so we'll mention that here in a second. Bryan, what's going on, my friend? How's the week been going? And what do you have going over your page at WagerTalk?
Well, that late equalizer from Crystal Palace got me as well. I was thinking it was going to be a nice 2-0 sweep in soccer yesterday. Valencia, it couldn't have been easier with a 4-0 win earlier in the day. But it's a 1-1 split there. But we're not looking back. We're looking forward. 5% in the NFL posted this morning. We have won 5 straight 5% plays overall. And of course, today at WagerTalk, you can pick it up for just $11 as it is Customer Appreciation Day. So I would tell everyone, make sure you do it here before midnight tonight. That is, again, just $11 for the 5% NFL play this weekend.
You stole my thunder, Bryan. I was going to bring in the promo here after I brought in Pablos, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We can't mention it. We'll come back to it in a second. Pablos, how are you, my friend? We missed you on Tuesday's show. What's going on? How's everything going over at Sports Memo?
Really nice, guys. Back-to-back 5% wins. Actually, it was a half win. I had Napoli on the first half, minus, what was it, 0.75. It was a sweaty win, to be honest. They ended up drawing the match and losing in the penalty shootout, but still I somehow found a way, even for a half win, to win a 5%. Again, even if it was a half win. And yesterday, I had a full win on my 5% on the money line on Antwerp from Belgium. We don't really have to, focus on these big leagues, EPL, Bundesliga, and stuff like that, because there's a lot of more value to be had in, in Belgium, Portugal, and the Netherlands. So there's a lot of action, of soccer action going on. There's a slight problem with Sports Memo's backend, so I haven't been able to load a lot of stuff. I'll try to load some stuff during the show, but I do have a best bet for Saturday, a nice lean for tomorrow. And on Sunday, I have another big bet. Again, they're not loaded right now, but they're going to be loaded hopefully by the end of the show.
All right, excellent. And sounds like all of us, I myself have a 5% play going this weekend in the Premier League. So it sounds like all of us have a big play loaded up through this weekend. And today is a great day to grab that. It is Customer Appreciation Day at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. Back in 2014, June 2014, WagerTalk joined Twitter. August, Prez loaded the very first pick ever at WagerTalk. And then in September, Marco and Gianni filmed the very first video. Fast forward, to today. 58,000 Twitter followers, 110,000 subscribers on YouTube. We can't say thank you enough. It truly is humbling, and we are very appreciative of that. And today, all packages, daily packages, are loaded at $11, no matter what the play is. As long as it's loaded today, you can grab that for just $11. One day, all accesses are dropped to $19. They're cut in half for $39. So if you're looking to grab any of the big plays going on the weekend from any of the guys on the show or anybody at WagerTalk or Sports Memo, today is a great day to do that. So head over to either WagerTalk.com or SportsMemo.com to check that out. All right, gentlemen, let's talk soccer here. We got a good weekend slate. We got Bundesliga. I already mentioned in the intro to the show. Finally back in action after 2 months off. I don't know what took them so damn long to get back into action, but they are back, and there is a big match scheduled on Friday. So we're going to start right there. We got Red Bull Leipzig and Bayern Munich tackling and tying this out. And we're going to take a quick look at the odds for this game. Bayern is on the road. They are the favorites, -121. Leipzig, this is going to be a weird game to try to figure out. Obviously, it's the first game back, but they are getting a big number at home, +289, draw +311, and then the total is set at 3.25. Usually you get a lot of fireworks in these Bundesliga big matchups. Now, these were the two hottest teams, not only in the Bundesliga, but maybe in Europe before the World Cup break. Neither of them had lost dating back to September. So it's tough to find, a side that you'd want to say is hotter than the other. Of course, how do you carry that over after? Basically, it's like a new season. That's pretty much the time they have off in between seasons in the summer is 2 months. So, Pablos, let's go to you first. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this game and what angle you're looking at to take here for betting this match.
Okay, this is a huge match, as you said. The first team in the Bundesliga, which is Bayern Munich, they're hosting the third team. Just 6 points are separating them. So if Red Bull Leipzig win this one, they're gonna, set this Bundesliga, on fire, which is already on fire because Bayern Munich are not the dominant side that they were up until a couple of seasons ago, up until last season, to be honest. Dortmund are struggling a lot. Freiburg are sitting second, and Union Berlin are sitting fifth. So this is a very interesting Bundesliga season. But the way that I'm approaching this is goals. And now I'm going to take the over 1.5 goals for Red Bull Leipzig alone here at +125. Leipzig, they've been really, really good this season. They've scored 2+ goals in 11 of 12 home matches in all competitions this season. They only failed to do so in a 4-1 loss to Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. They scored 3+ goals in 8 of 12 home matches, including against teams like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Dortmund, and Freiburg. So they're firing in all cylinders, especially at home. Bayern Munich's defense, has been struggling this season. They don't keep a lot of clean sheets, even in their friendly against Salzburg about a week ago. They conceded 4 goals in a mouth-watering 4-4 draw, and it was a match where they used mostly starters. Now they do have a couple of injuries in the back line. Hernandez and Mazraoui are out, so they're gonna have to get creative in that right back side. The right defender is probably gonna be Stanisic or Pavard. So I don't trust their defense at all. And Bayern Munich, they've kept just 6 clean sheets in 14 away matches, and they were against teams, just who can't really score. Against Bochum, against Victoria Köln, against Inter Milan, who yes, they're a good side, against Hoffenheim. And Barcelona and Schalke. So they conceded 2+ goals in 5 of 14 away matches, which is really weird for a team like Bayern Munich. They conceded a couple of goals against Red Bull Leipzig, Dortmund, Augsburg, Plzen, and Hertha Berlin. So they're not invulnerable. Their defense is very much vulnerable, and we can see that from their stats. Now, 4 of the 5 last matches between the two sides had both teams to score and over 4.5 goals. with Red Bull Leipzig scoring 3, 2, 1, 0, and 3 goals in that span. So they scored 2+ goals in 3 of last 5 matches against Bayern. So I do see a goal fest here. I'm the best price that I could find, and the most possible scenario is taking the Red Bull Leipzig over 1.5 team totals at plus 125.
Like that play, Pavlos, and a nice plus number on it. If obviously this is a unprecedented situation, we have, like I said, that 2-month break that these teams have to deal with, and it's hard to figure that out from a handicapping perspective. I did take a quick look at like the Premier League and how that kind of played out that very first week back, and it was an over and a goal fest. It was either 8 or 9 of 10 matches that first round back were overs, and I don't know if that means anything going into this round, but maybe defenses are just a little out of sorts kind of coming back, and it gives the offense an advantage. I don't know. Either way, I do like the Leipzig play from you because I am also on the Leipzig side on a different way. I'm taking them on the double chance, which is the same as plus a half a goal on the Asian handicap. Listen, this is I can listen to an argument for Bayern. Obviously, they are, they're deserving of their spot atop the table. They rank number 1 in every statistical category across the board. But Leipzig are right on their heels. They're number 2 in every single category, even though they have Freiburg sitting in between them in this table. They are the second-ranked team statistically everywhere. So this should be very good. Leipzig at home is where they've just been so dominant. They did settle for a draw their opening match against our favorite team, Köln, who seems to give us the colonoscopy at least once per show. And since then, they have won all 6 home games with some very strong results, 3-0 versus Dortmund, and they had a 1.7 to 0.3 expected goal differential versus Leverkusen, 2-0, 1.6 to 0.2 expected goal differential. And then I mentioned Freiburg, who sits second in the table. They won 3-1 with a 3.3 to 0.2 expected goal differential. So dominating wins over good teams there, plus they beat the crappier teams that they played, but their defense has been very, very good. I don't expect them, like nobody really does, keep Bayern off the board. But I do agree with Pablo. So Leipzig are probably going to get a couple chances, good chances in this game, likely convert them. And I think, getting a head start here on the road, at home in that first game back, maybe just gives that little bit of edge to Leipzig just to be able to at least walk out of here with a point. So I'm looking at Leipzig on the double chance. I can get it at even money plus a half a goal. So that's the way I'm looking there. And that is our Bundesliga opening game breakdown. And we're going to move to the Premier League for the next couple games. And these games are going to go on Saturday. The next one we're going to look at, guys, that is Liverpool and Chelsea. This one's Saturday. This is the early morning game. We talk about the early morning games being tricky ones all the time. But that's generally when you have a favorite versus a lowly team, and the lowly team tends to do better than expected. This is 2 lowly teams, I guess we could say this year. Beginning of the year, I don't think, we're probably talking about round 21, Liverpool versus Chelsea, top 4 battle, but instead we're looking at a possible relegation battle. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is these 2 teams are 10 points adrift of the top 4 right now, and I just don't see the way that either one of these teams are going to make it there. So we got Liverpool right now favored at home, minus 116, the draw plus 289, Chelsea plus 296. And the total set at 2 3/4. So, Kevin, let's go to you first, my friend. This is a tough one. I think for most of us, we've been avoiding these teams recently just because, they have not been performing very well, obviously. So what do you think? Somebody's got to win, or I guess maybe not. Maybe they draw. But what do you think, Kevin? What's the bet angle you're looking at for this match?
I mean, you're right, Nick. Ideally, you wouldn't want to do business with either of these teams. Definitely not put money on them. Look, Liverpool arguably very fortunate to beat Wolves on Tuesday night over in the FA Cup. What was it, a 0.15 XG in that game or something ridiculous. And they were winless in 3 straight games prior to that as well. And, they face a Chelsea team here who have won just 3 games total across all competitions. 11 games since the start of November, 27% win rate. So, to take your money out of your wallet, walk to the window and back one of these teams, take some big cojones. In fairness, probably bigger than I'm willing to risk this weekend. But if I'm forced in this game, my money would be on Liverpool. To go back to some of their issues this year. Darwin Núñez, for example, he has really struggled this season. When I was researching this game as well, he struggled that much that I actually went back and checked Timo Werner's numbers from the 2020-21 season, up to January the 19th as well, just as a comparison between the two to see where they rank in terms of scuff chances. Timo's still the king. He was so bad during that season 2 seasons ago, but Nunez isn't far behind those numbers. You know, he's averaged the second highest XG rating in the league since November 1st. He's only marginally behind Ivan Toney as well, who has been sensational for Brentford this year. Yet, even though he's second in XG, Nunez has scored just 2 goals over that time frame. Like, no other player comes even remotely close to what his expected data says he should have scored, you know, versus what he's actually put in the back of the net. So, you know, major concern. It's not helped by the fact, obviously, that his teammate Mo Salah is in that top 3 bracket of scuff chances as well this year. So 2 of the top 3 players in the league are on the Liverpool side of the play. They're just not getting it done up front. So maybe Cody Gakpo can be that difference maker the Reds need, you know, to actually put the ball in the back of the net over the back half of the season. You know, that's the difference here for me, because both teams have a comparable defense when you factor in home road form splits. So basically, the only thing separating these two teams is chances created, and it's massive. You know, Liverpool are averaging 2.18 expected goals per game at home since October 1st. That's the 3rd best mark in the league overall. They're obviously not putting the ball in the back of the net, but they're creating those chances at least. And Chelsea are having just 1.18 XG on the road over that same time frame. So in a game featuring 2 teams who have struggled so massively to start the season, you know, give me the team that are at least getting into position to score. Chelsea aren't even doing that. So, yeah, it is a tough game to walk to the window, but it's Liverpool or past me on Saturday.
Yeah, you're right about that. Liverpool do rank very, very highly offensively. It's just been a defensive struggle for them this year. So I do like that play from you, Kevin. And attention to all the sporting directors out there. Kevin has laid out the groundwork to be successful in Europe, and that is simply do not pay a lot of money for an unproven striker like Nunez or Werner. It does not work out. Right, Kevin? That's your message? Loud and clear.
Exactly.
Bryan, let's go to you next for Liverpool versus Chelsea. Reds versus Blues. Which color are you going with?
Yeah, I got a pretty similar lean outlook on this one as Kevin did. You know, going back to Tuesday's show, we talked about the defensive issues, obviously, for Liverpool. They were fortunate not to concede in the win over the Wolves, but they didn't concede, and it's their first win in 4 tries since the new year. And now, you know, they've got to get going in the Premier League again, obviously. They've dropped back-to-back matches in the league for to open a calendar year. First time since 93. They haven't dropped 3 in a row in a league to start a calendar year since 53. Obviously, it was a different animal back then. But if you're a believer in history, you think Liverpool gets off the mat here, probably. And let's talk about the offensive numbers. Kevin touched on these a little bit. At home, Liverpool has scored 23 times this season. That's second most in the league, trailing only Man City. They've lost just once in their last 32 Premier League matches here at Anfield. And not only have they scored in all 32 of those, they've actually totaled 79 goals. That works out to essentially an average of 2.5 per match. You know, obviously, it's not been as good lately, but Chelsea, the road woes, Kevin touched on this as well. You know, of the 2 wins that Chelsea's had their last 10 league matches, neither were on the road. They've lost 5 of 10 away from home this season. You know, Liverpool has just lost twice to Chelsea in the last 15 league fixtures against each other. I think Jurgen Klopp celebrates match 1,000 at Liverpool with the win here. I think Liverpool gets it done. They are the more likely team. I think when you look at the metrics to move up a bit in the table, will either team get to the top 4? Absolutely not. But in a battle of 9th and 10th in the table, I like Liverpool to get the full 3 in this one.
Liverpool versus Chelsea, battle of 9th and 10th in the table. Which one of you guys was going to say that at the beginning of the year? I mean, that's just a crazy spot to be in. But here we are. Such is life. And we move on. So both Bryan and Kevin on the Liverpool side. And just a reminder, we will recap these games at the end of today's show and put those up on the screen for everybody as a reminder of the selections for that. All right, moving on. Before we get to our third game for today, I wanted to mention everybody, the MLS season is approaching. We are 1 month away from that, starting in February. Kevin and I right now have a promo going on for the full season, normally priced at $2.99. You can get that early bird package for just $2.29, so save $70. That's the full season from the first game, February 25th, all the way to the MLS Cup final. You get every one of either Kevin or I's plays, or both. We ranked number 1 and number 2 in profit last year at WagerTalk. So hopefully we can continue those runs into this year, and I'm looking forward to a good year there. I sent Kevin a messenger, a tweet yesterday, just telling him, there's action in the market right now going on. So a lot to pay attention to, but definitely a good promo to take advantage of right now. All right, let's move into game number 3. Sticking here in the Premier League, and we're looking at, I joked about Chelsea and Liverpool being a relegation battle, but this is a true relegation battle right now, and this is West Ham, the Hammers, versus the Toffees of Everton. This game goes Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we're looking at Everton on the road here, plus 375, West Ham, the favorite, minus 130, draw 265. I don't know. This is a tough one for me. Both sides clearly underperforming. Kevin's favorite manager in all the land is here for this match. That's Frank Lampard. Bryan, you went second in that last match, so let's go back to you to break this one down first. Hammers, Toffees, what do you think is going to happen in this match?
Yeah, Kevin joked about not, how tough it would be to go up to the window and put your money down on either Liverpool or Chelsea. But, I mean, you wouldn't want to go up to the window with, a buddy's money probably on this one. It is a tough call. Obviously, a lot of turmoil on both sides. There's been calls for the manager change with West Ham. And then at Everton, things even more dicey. Ownership being told not to attend last week's match, safety concerns. So needless to say, not going well there when your owners are fearing for their safety. And Everton, we don't endorse that, but they did last win in the league on October 29th. So it's been a dicey run of form, certainly. They've lost 5, 2 draws in the other 7 matches since they last won. And West Ham, they last won in the league October 24th, 6 losses and 1 draw for them. So again, it is tough to make a case for either side, but I am going to try here because when you look at expected points, it paints a pretty interesting picture if you guys have seen this. Everton, they've got the second fewest number of expected points in the league right now, ahead of only Bournemouth. So they very much deserve to be in the bottom 3. But West Ham is actually 9th in the league in expected points. So this is per Understat. So it can be argued that the Hammers have been a bit unlucky, 11 points fewer than expected. That's easily the biggest gap of any side in the Premier League. And Everton, they've won just once, on the road all season. Fewest number of total wins in the league, only 3. It's risky, but I'm going to tell you to play the Hammers in this one. They get a long overdue 3 points.
I like the play, and to say that we've got a matchup here looking at 2 teams that neither has won since October is just putting, just telling you really what we're dealing with in this matchup. So if you're going to watch a game, Premier League game this weekend, maybe choose a different one. This might not be the best one for you. But if you're going to bet it, Bryan says the Hammers, and I kind of like it. They've been the better team. They were the better team last season. They're playing in the Europa Conference League, the pristine Europa Conference League, and they're doing well there. So eventually it's going to be able to get it together in the Premier League. So hopefully that will come true. I like the play there, Bryan. Pavlos, let's go to you next for your thoughts on the West Ham-Everton match on Saturday.
Yeah, my play, guys, goes against all logic in terms of numbers because I'm going with both teams to score here. And if you look at the both teams to score, neither of these 2 sides is doing a very good job. They're both, 4 and 5 to the both teams to score, West Ham at home and Everton on the road. These are the league's 2 worst. Actually, they have the joint second worst offense with just 15 goals each. But they're 6th and 7th in best defenses. So no matter how I looked at it, I saw goals in here, guys, because both sides under just 1 point under the relegation zone. And, for those that don't know, teams are really fighting to avoid it. It's just the opposite thing of what the NBA teams are doing right now. The NBA teams are just tanking to get, a lottery ticket to get Wembanyama or whatever they want to get. But in soccer, it's the opposite. They punish you for finishing in the bottom 3 spots, and if you finish in the bottom 3 spots, you get relegated, and then it's really hard to get promoted again. So it's really going to be a huge battle between two teams who theoretically play good defense, but and have a weak offensive lines. But I do see goals here. Both teams have been really let go in recent matches. They concede goals left and right. West Ham, they recently signed Danny Ings from Southampton, which is a huge upgrade because Antonio has been non-existent this season. Skamaka is injured. They have like 10 wingers and no actual strikers. So I think this is going to be a huge upgrade for this West Ham offense, and I think we're going to see more goals in the second half of the season from them. Now, Everton, they started the season, they knew that they didn't have any firepower up front with Calvert-Lewin injured at the first months of the season. He's now back, but they're now trying to play better offensively, but that costs them in the defense. So this Everton side is going lower than I expected. So I do see a goal fest between two sides that are looking to avoid the relegation zone. I think this match starts at 1-1 and goes upwards. So I like both teams to score. What is it? -105. I think the line shifted a little bit.
And let me guess, you don't care who wins.
I don't care who wins because, exactly.
Kevin, we're not going to you to break down this game, but just quick question for you. Frank Lampard, Everton. Are they getting relegated this year? Or are they staying up? What's the bet?
To be honest, Nick, I thought they were going to get relegated last year. So, yes, I just, like, Frank's my favourite manager. We all know why. Well, at least I think we do, because anybody who can chew out Jurgen Klopp on the sideline like that, automatic favourite manager. His personality cracks me up. In terms of management pedigree, though, he might struggle to keep the Toffees up this season.
I'm definitely getting a Frank Lampard picture put on a T-shirt and sending it your way, Kevin, because you deserve it, my friend.
I'll wear it on the show, Nick. I'll wear it with pride on the show.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for the breakdown there, gentlemen. And we're going to move on to our fourth and final game. This is a big one. This one goes on Sunday. This is the Gunners, Arsenal, number 1, top of the table, running away with it now, up 8 points over Man City. Hosting Man United, and if we all remember, Arsenal has 1 loss on the year, and of course that was against United, so Arsenal has not had a revenge spot this year. This is their only chance they've had, and it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out, but obviously 2 teams in very, very good form, regardless of that drop a couple points by United midweek. They are still playing excellent football. Arsenal, right now the odds are Arsenal -105 at home, the draw +260, and United +285. Total set at 2 3/4. Kevin, I'll let you break this one down first. It's going to be fun. Like I joked about watching, Everton and West Ham on Saturday, but if you are going to watch one, this is probably a good one to watch. What do you think is going to happen here in this match, Kev?
I was tracking the line movements of this game just after the Crystal Palace result, Nick. And United moved about 10 cents out pretty much straight away after kickoff. Money came in Arsenal pretty much after the game ended. So I was kind of hoping that would be the start of things, that overreaction would kind of trickle down and perhaps we could get some good value on United. As people kind of placed importance on that draw that happened last night. But as soon as the line moved, it moved right back again. Money came straight back on United. So certainly the more savvy bettors out there, not getting too carried away on last night's result. But in terms of my own handicap, and look, I generally like to factor in, teams-based home road form factors, obviously. Like you've got teams like Atalanta over in Italy, for instance, or a team that always, are Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to home road form. And there are a lot of teams in Europe like that. And then I like to, kind of factor in recency bias as well. There's no point in looking at results that happened all the way back in August. I mean, if you're doing that with United this season, I mean, you'd look 4-0 versus Brentford. And, that's certainly not the same United team we're used to seeing in January. So when I handicap this game, through those kind of lenses, this time around, both of these teams on my numbers rank pretty much neck and neck across the board in every major category. I did make Arsenal a slight favourite for this game, but I mean, it's already been factored into the line. Arsenal are odds-on favourites for this game, so I don't want to back Arsenal at this price. I think, if anything, from a side perspective, United are probably the ones who present the value in this game. But, as I said, even I made Arsenal slight favourites for this one. And, they've won 7 of 8 games at home this year. So I'm not particularly enthusiastic about jumping in front of that Gunners train either. I'm going to go with the correct score 1-1 in this one at plus 600. I do think that's the most likely scenario here. I don't see this match playing out like their previous encounter, as you mentioned, back in September. And I just believe it's going to be an incredibly hard game to separate either team here. So, yeah, I kind of like those odds in a 1-1 stalemate for me on Sunday, plus 600 between United and Arsenal.
I like it, Kevin. That does seem like a very, very likely score. I would, it lines up perfectly with what I'm going to suggest as well. And if I'm picking a side here, it's very difficult because you mentioned it. Both of these teams have just been so good. And against the spread, these have been 2 of the biggest cash cows in the league. Newcastle's actually been the biggest cash cow this year for obvious reasons. But Arsenal 12-5-1 against the spread this year, with United's not lost, but draw against Palace, which they were favored. They did not cover that spread. So now they are 13-6, but still 2 very profitable teams if you've just been betting their sides against the spread this season. So it's tough from a betting perspective to choose one here. You'd think taking the head start on United makes the most sense, but I'm going to lean towards the under in this matchup, Kevin. So I like your 1-1 score. I'm perfectly fine with that. And really it's just, both teams have very, very good defenses. They obviously have the firepower to score against any inferior opponent that they play. But I think they're going to do a pretty good job here at neutralizing one another's attack. Arsenal rank number 2 in the league. They allow just 0.93 expected goals, which drops to 0.8 at home. Kevin, you mentioned how good they've been at Emirates this year. And then United, they rank number 4 in the league, allowing just 1.09 expected goals. Arsenal have allowed just 3 goals in 5 games since the break. They're off back-to-back league clean sheets. And United have allowed just 3 goals in their 8 matches since the break and never allowed more than 1 goal in any game. So, all the current trends for both teams is suggesting that, defensively at least, these teams are doing a great job. And, a lot of the times we see these big top teams meet each other and you immediately think, goals, because they can score goals against Bournemouth and they can score goals against Everton and they can score goals against any of those teams. But they do a very good job at this against one another, and these managers do a good job of prepping and just making it tough tactically to find open space. So I like the under here. A match I look back to is Newcastle versus Arsenal just a few weeks ago, and Newcastle, obviously the game ended 0-0. Newcastle did a great job at really just taking away Arsenal's attack. That game was very evenly played throughout. Neither team really deserved to lose that match or win that match. So it was a deserving result. And I think United can look at that match as a blueprint for how to take the Gunners out here, or at least keep them off the scoreboard often. So I'm going with the under 2.5 goals. You can get this at a small plus price right now, either plus 105. I've seen it as high as plus 110. The normal line, 2 3/4 goals, gives you a split line in case it does land on 3. You're only going to lose half your wager. But I'll take the plus money on under 2.5 for this one. All right, so that's our breakdowns of the games today. We'll do a quick roundtable recap here to close out the show and let everybody know what you guys have up on your pages for sale this week. And a reminder that it is customer appreciation, so whatever the guys let you know that they have going on for this weekend that's up for sale today, grab it today. It is just $11 today, so take advantage of that customer appreciation sale at both WagerTalk and Sports Memo. Pablos, let's go to you first. We'll get your leans up on the screen here, and then while we do so, let everybody know what you have going on over at your page, Sports Memo.
Okay, I have soccer 4-pack for today. 4 plays, 2 plays on the sides, and 2 props that are widely available. You can get the entire package for just $11. I'm still trying to load my plays. There's something wrong with the backend at Sports Memo. We're really sorry for that. The technical team is trying to fix that ASAP. But I will have a best bet for Saturday and a best bet for Sunday. Of course, I'm gonna have a couple of 3-packs or 2-packs with just the lesser plays. But I'll have 3 big plays for each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
All right, excellent. Good luck with those plays, and the reminder there for Pavlos' leans: Leipzig over 1.5 goals, and West Ham, Everton, both teams to score. So good luck there. Pablos, Bryan, let's go to you next. We'll get your leans up on the screen as well. And what do you have going over at your page at WagerTalk?
Yeah, once again, 5% NFL play available. Right now we have won 5 straight 5% plays. That is an all sports run, goes back to the end of 2022. And the last 4 have all covered wire to wire. So not a ton of sweating in those big wins. And again, of course, you can get that, as we've all pointed out, for just $11 today. We'll have some best bets up momentarily in basketball for the day. You can get those up before I go on WagerTalk today at noon. And then, over the next 24 hours, look for a lot more plays. It's going to be a big weekend. UFC run is now 20-3 after a 2-0 sweep last weekend. So there'll be plenty of football, plenty of soccer, plenty of UFC, plenty of hoops to choose from at my page over the next 24 hours and over the entire weekend, as a matter of fact. But that 5% play is the big one.
All right, excellent, Brian. Keep that 5% run going, man. You're red hot there, so good luck with that play. And a reminder for everybody, Brian's leaning towards the home sides in both his matches he previewed, Liverpool and West Ham, both to win their match. So good luck there, Brian. Kevin, go to you next. I'll get your leans on the screen as well. And what do you have going on your page at WagerTalk?
Yeah, we got a Euro soccer triple pack up for tonight, Nick, as well as, that mammoth 5% Colossus play we got loaded up for tomorrow over in Europe as well. I'll just like to add that what Pavlos said at the start rings true. Sometimes looking at the lower leagues in Europe offer much better value, which is where I've targeted my 5%. Had my eyes on this one pretty much all week. I'm running a red hot 30 and 18 soccer best bet side one right now as well. So it is a great time to jump on board, especially with Customer Appreciation Day going off today for $11. So looking forward to a massive weekend ahead.
Good luck again there too, Kevin, with that 5% play. Did you say that was on Saturday or Sunday, that 5% play?
Oh, it's all right, Friday. Tomorrow.
Oh, Friday. Okay. Friday, 5%. Yeah. Good luck there, Kevin. And Kevin is on Liverpool as well, and he's going with the plus 600, 6-1 odds on the 1-1 score, Arsenal and United, which I do like. So good luck there, Kevin. Reminder for my leans this week, I like Leipzig as the Bundesliga returns on Friday, plus a half a goal, and then Arsenal, Man United to be a low-scoring, cagey affair, under 2.5 goals there. I do have a 5% play going as well this weekend. That goes on Sunday in the Premier League, 8-4 this year in Euro soccer, 5% play. So hopefully continue that run. And then I do have a best bet going on for today, Thursday, and one more for Friday in the soccer pitch. So $11, grab those plays. And of course you can do that for everybody. And reminder also, Kevin and I have the MLS promo going on, early bird special. Save $70 right now. Get those seasons for just $229. And that'll be good for you through the end of the month. So you got a couple days to get the remainder of that package. So I want to say thank you to you guys for coming on. Carmine, if you're out there watching, we definitely missed you today. Had to deal with Kevin and all his shenanigans, so it is what it is. But we'll gladly have you back for next week. If you're watching, please remember to hit that like button. Kevin does get commission checks per week based on the number of likes we get on these shows. So he would really appreciate that. And we'll be back next week on Tuesday. Carmine will return, and we'll be back to preview next week's shows. Good luck this weekend to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And on behalf of WagerTalk.com, we will see you guys next week.
June 2014, WagerTalk joined Twitter. August 2014, Prez loaded the first ever picks at WagerTalk. September 2014, Marco D'Angelo and Gianni the Greek filmed the first ever video for WagerTalk TV. Fast forward to today, and we now have over 58,000 Twitter followers, 110,000 subscribers on YouTube, and have become the premier brand in sports betting. So thank you. We truly appreciate everyone who has supported this amazing journey. And on Thursday, January 19th, at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, all daily picks packages that day will be priced at $11, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $35. And all one-day all access, normally priced at $39, will be cut in half and priced at only $19. No coupons will be needed. All handicappers at both WagerTalk and SportsMemo are included in Customer Appreciation Day. And discounts will go live at midnight, Wednesday, January 18th.